Hey everybody, welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to be here. I'm glad that you're here. Jay says today is not helping our shorts. You're right. If you can hear me right now, put in the chat. In the chat, I want you to put that you can hear me loud and clear, preferably with VV Nation. So let me know. Sorry about that. So yeah, Joey, I cleared it. My fault. My fault. Um, what was I getting ready to say? Oh, there's a lot going on in the market today. Big rebound in the market today. As you can clearly see on the color guard, green light in the color guard pricing column. Is that enough for us to turn around and start to load up the boat? Or just like Jay says, in regards to your shorts that you may have out there, what are you doing? All right, do you have your stops on? If you have your stops on, depending on what type of shorts or countries you're looking at or puts you're buying, what do you do? Well, the first thing you do, you still don't lose sight of the main color, and the color guard is yellow. Even with today's action, it doesn't mean to back up the boat just quite yet. The debt ceiling stuff is working itself out. I think that's giving the market a shot in the arm as you know what's going on. I think that we may be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. All right, and with that being said, I think that's a lot of what's moving markets today. What else is moving markets today? Tech stocks. Tech stocks are still on the rise. Where's the NASDAQ? The NASDAQ, everything is up in excess of 1% with the exception of the Dow. The Dow is only up about 0.5%. The composite is pushing about 1%, but the NASDAQ and the S&P are both up over 1%. So the big thing for me is part of what's going on is tech stocks are still moving the market. We're going to have a little bit of a theme today towards the end of the presentation about what tech stocks are moving the market. It seems like we got 84 people. I'm not sure if the alert hit yet. Normally we'll have 150, 160 people, trying to make sure that we get to about there before I start to get into the meat and potatoes. Hopefully everybody's having a good day today. It's Thursday. John says hello. Debt ceiling passed last night. Jim, that was in the House. All right, now it still needs to go through the Senate. It still needs to go through the Senate. So it hasn't passed. It hasn't passed. All right, the Senate's got to go through it, and then the president's got to do his thing. So the alert just hit, and there you go, Mark. You're right. I just got it. Now we got 172 people. There you go. So before you guys just all bum rushed the room and came in, all I was doing was doing a little recap of what's going on in the market. I'm letting you know that nice up day in the market today. For those of you who are a little bit more aggressive traders, you take advantage of today. For those of you who are still playing the market to the downside, whether it's with contras or it's with puts or it's with shorts, I'm not going to tell you to panic today, but I will tell you to tighten your stops, because the overarching color in the color guard right now is still yellow. So with that being said, the alert today said, where should your money be? What should you be investing in? Today, as we always do on Trending Thursday, we talk about what stuff is trending, whether it's good or bad. We still want to talk about what's in the news, what's trending, and we utilize the power of the VectorVest system to help us to make decisions. So where should your money be? What investment should you be buying? That's what we're going to talk about. And then I'll always give you some stocks that are on my mind by way of the VectorVest system to keep your eyes on as well. And that's what it's all about. Folks, we got almost 200 people in the room. I need everyone in the room. Joey's going to put the link to the live stream right now. I need everyone in the room to share the live link right now. All right, let's get 300 people in the room. Thoughts on CMCT if you have a chance? Chuck, I'm going to write that down. That's one of the stocks I will look at for you today. We will look at some of your stocks. But everybody, share the link. Let's get 300 people in the room. I've already recorded a video for tomorrow as well. And Joey, Mark was saying that we might need to change the title a little differently. We'll get with Mark in regards to that. But it is a means of explaining to all of you guys out there, whether you're subscribers or not, what makes us different from everybody else out there, whether it's from a program perspective or from a YouTube channel perspective, what makes us different and how you can benefit, hanging your hat on what we do here at VectorVest. PayPal, could you review, please? I'll write that down as well. PYPL. All right, I will give an opportunity. All right, do me a favor. Don't put your stocks in now. I will give you an opportunity to look at stocks, but don't type them in now. Give me the opportunity to let you know when I'm looking for stocks, all right? The knowledge in the hands on is so different. So Chuck, we do a lot of the hands-on here. We give the knowledge, but when I talk about individual stocks, many times I show you when. Stop it, Mark. I try to show you when it's the right opportunities to get in, and if you are trading it, when to possibly look to get out. So we do incorporate not only the knowledge, but we also try to incorporate the hands-on, because you're right. You know, there's one thing to try to teach you something, all right, but it's another thing on being able to do it in real life. So I try to help you the best way that I can in all of my live streams. The best we can. We got 220. Let's get 80 more people. 80 more people. All right. Other people, other places just toss you out there. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to just tell you something and say just go buy it. Or listen, there's got to be a rhyme and a reason, and there's got to be what's the word I'm looking for? A method to the madness. Sometimes investing in the market is madness. And what I'm trying to do is give you a method to the madness, and always trying to do so. All right. So let's, the markets are nicely up. We've got a green light in the color guard pricing column. The primary wave also went to up. Let me go put this up on my screen so I can point to it. The primary wave is also up today as of right now. We'll see if it closes up by the end of the day. But that, for the more aggressive person, is a sign to say it's okay to start thinking about buying stocks. But I don't want you to lose. Look at all of the red. Look at all of the yellow. One day does not make a chance. Big day for CCJ. You were spot on with that, Glenn. Listen, it's not me. A lot of you try to give me a little bit more credit than I deserve. And I say that with all earnest. It's not me. It's being able to understand what's going on in different industries, and being able for me to be able to explain to you why I think an industry is moving. Like my 4 industries that I'm telling you all to keep your eyes on: building, cement, glass, copper. What's the 4th one? Oh, steel. All right. I think that with all this upcoming, the people who are committing to building big manufacturing buildings, those 4 industries are going to be rocking and rolling. James says it won't happen again, Glenn. Wow. It's a good thing I like you, Jake. It's a good thing I like you. It won't happen again, giving me more credit than I deserve. Joey, do I deserve more credit than I give myself credit for?
No comment.
All righty then. Joey's on y'all's bandwagon. All right, that's all right. It's all right. Listen, it's all about the VectorVest system. All right, let's get into the program. Let's get back into the program. Let's get to my graph. Let's go take a look at what's going on in the market timing graph right now. There it is. Big up day today. All right. Remember, one day doesn't make a trend, but no wick at the top of the candle. We were in a wedge. We broke out of the wedge. We came back into the wedge. Now, what I'm really looking at from a VectorVest perspective, STLD not doing well. Tom, what did I say about those stocks? I said these are stocks that I want you to keep your eyes on. Never once did I say you to buy any of those stocks. All of those industries I want you to keep your eyes on. I've got a watch list of stocks in those industries that we'll watch every week when we do Trending Thursday. But never once did you hear me say that I was ready for you to buy any of them yet. All I want you to do right now is keep your eyes on them. Glenn, you showed ELF a while back. Took a look at it. ELF was rocking and rolling. I haven't looked at it recently, but you know me, that if I talked about getting into it or watching it, I probably gave some insights that if you were in it, on when to think about getting out of it. I feel like 6 weeks after learning about prudent investing, I can't trade without the VectorVest software. Is that crazy or what? Lifestyle, I so appreciate you saying that. And I appreciate that because the people who are not subscribers to the VectorVest software get to see what you guys say, who are subscribers to the software. One thing for me to say it as the company guy, but it's a different thing. It hits a little different when it comes from VectorVest subscribers, folks. It really, really is. Made money off of Opera. Wow, that's something we just talked about last week, isn't it, Chuck? We talked about Opera last week, and we're going to take a look at that. That was one of the stocks that I told you were one of my main industry mover stocks. All right. So NVIDIA is another stock that I've talked about. A lot of this stuff comes right from the software, and all I do is bring it to your attention. All right, that's all I do. Cedo Faith from New York City, thank you for being here. Michael says, just renewed my annual subscription to VectorVest, well worth the investment. Please indicate when they are more favorable if you may. I'm not going to do that. My job is just to bring them to you, William. You make the decision. All right. Matthew says, Glenn, please start giving one gift per show, e.g. a coffee mug, polo, free something. I'm making money with VectorVest and would love to receive a gift from my VV sensei. That's something I'll talk to Joey about. Joey, can we give away a mug today?
Sure.
All right, we'll give away a mug today. You got to stay to the end, though. All right. So just kidding. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I agree with that. All right. So it's not time for why. Really? Look at that. Mark, why? Why did you start that? Why did you even start that? It's not time for that. Wow. VV Sensei sounds like a good name for Glenn. Senate votes to repeal Biden student loan forgiveness plan. White House warns Biden will veto. See, again, we don't know. The deal is out there. It passed in the House. We'll see what happens in the Senate. And then if the president vetoes it, man, that'd be bad. I don't think he's got the wherewithal to veto this whole deal. Joey, I'm going to put something back up there again real quick. All right, so that you can do what you need to do. There you go. I'm going to leave that up there for a second. Do you need that now or no? Okay, I'm going to leave it up there for a second. I don't think the president wants to put himself in a situation where if he says veto that we run out of money. All right, so that's all I got to say about that. All right, Joey, you good? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right, so let me clear the chat. So this is where we stand. I've got a level of resistance on the VectorVest composite right now, sitting at the level of 55.85. We're very close to it. That's going to be my first headwind if the market's going to have some legs to the upside. But this is going to be the bigger headwind at 56.73. We broke above it once. Actually, we broke above it twice, but then went back below it. That's a solid level of resistance on the market right now that if we can finally break through it, we might have some more upside at this particular time. All right, give us one good stock instead of a gift. M. Sharbeck, I give you more than one good stock every week. All right, M. Sharbeck, if you don't see that, then I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. All right, I give you more than one good stock every week. All right, so that's all I got to say about that. All right, so that's what the market is doing. Let's go see what news is moving the market. And this is interesting. All right, this is interesting. Glenn has been saying for the longest time. Glenn has been saying for the longest time that I don't think that the Fed is going to pause in June. Why? Because we're not at the 2%. But the Fed wants to get to a point where they can sit back and see with what they've been doing that if they need to continue to raise. Fed prepares, okay? And this came out today. This came out yesterday. Fed prepares to skip June rate rise, but hike later. So what does that mean? They're going to pause and then turn around and hike some more because they still realize that inflation is still a problem? That doesn't make sense to me. Now, if they pause in June, I think that they're going to be succumbing to outside pressure to pause. Does anybody agree with that? Type a 1 if you agree with that. If the Fed pauses, they're succumbing to outside pressure to fall, to pause. type of 2 if you disagree with that. I honestly think that based upon the words that they've been using about inflation, still out of whack. All right. And that what they're doing is trying to bring inflation down. They've given the magic number of 2%. They're not there yet. I think we're sitting at 4.9%, but that's a big drop from, as high as it was. So I just think that they've one more raise before they pause. But this article says that they may skip to June, but still hike later. That to me defeats its own purpose. All right. That's in my own opinion. This is another issue. Robust job markets pose a threat to the stock's rally. Surge in unemployment historically signals that the bear market has ended. We'll see. All right, next. Now we start to talk about what's trending. Target, a controversial but still reliable dividend stock. A lot of stuff going on with Target, especially about the stuff that they're putting in the stores. People are up in arms about it. And the same thing goes for Bud Light. The case for buying Bud Light stock after its Bud Light-induced tumble. So these two articles, one on Tip Ranks and one on Barron's, is still saying that these two stocks are possibly stocks to still buy. Glenn, with the debt, there's no chance they can stop raising rates. They are putting more inflation in the system. Listen, you're preaching to the choir here. All right, you're preaching to the choir when it comes down to whether or not they should pause interest rates or not. Why does everyone in America have to be broke for the government to strive? I really want to know your thoughts. That's a conversation to have when we're sitting down at the bar having some adult libations. Man, I could tell you some things that are on my mind. This platform is not the place to do it. All right, this platform is not the place to do it. And John is saying what a lot of people out there are saying. I'm done with Target, Bud, North Face, and today I got a disturbing email from LL Bean. Somebody, Kohl's made the news as well as all of this controversial stuff is going on. In my mind, I'm not sure why companies are still putting themselves out there. But you know something? They've got the right to do what they want to do and sell what they want to sell. And people have the right to either buy their products or services or not. So all I'm looking at is if these companies have the ability to help me to make money in the market. So we're going to look at both Target and Budweiser. I'm going to put them in my list of stocks, my big news stocks. Let's go take a look at them. Budweiser, BUD, and TGT. Now, both of these have been under a lot of selling pressure because of controversial things that they've done. Look at, on a big update today, they're both up. I want you to look at both of these. Now, this is not based on any political banter or anything. When I look at the both of these stocks are speculative stocks. Relative value and relative safety on both stocks are below the value of one. This is outside of what they're doing politically or apolitically. All right? Look at the relative timing on both stocks, below one. These stocks are in a downtrend. Well, I think the stocks getting hit the way that they were or the way that they have been put them in a downtrend. But if I look at the overall ranking by value, safety, and timing, aka the VST, both of these stocks are below one as well, and both of these stocks are sell recommendations. Now, I can argue the point that the big moves to the downside pushed both of these stocks into sell territory. But look at Target. Prior to all of this, negative earnings growth. All right, they have positive earnings, but negative earnings growth. They were already not doing something right. Think about that. They're already not doing something right to have negative earnings growth. Budweiser, on the other hand, very popular beer prior to the ad that went out, and they were only growing their earnings at a clip of 8% a year. So I look at these stocks, no matter what the news is saying about them, I don't want to say what you need, what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. Both of these stocks are grossly overvalued. They have no fundamentals, and they're not going up in price, and they're both sell recommended stocks. But the articles, both of those articles were giving arguments as to possibly stocks to buy. Dividends, they both play dividends. They both have safe dividends, even as of right now. With a dividend safety above 50, they both still have safe dividends. But if the stock's prices are going down as fast as they are, does the dividend outweigh the price decline on the stock? All right. Anyone drink Celsius products? Celsius got hit recently as well. Do you ever use value, the VV value on a stock? Depends on what I'm looking for, Chas. Depending on what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for undervalued longer term plays, then the answer to that is yes. Value plays a big role. Value plays a big role. But just because a stock is overvalued overall doesn't make it a bad stock. But when I look at both of these stocks being way overvalued the way that they are with no fundamentals and not going up in price, value doesn't have to play a big role in that. But when I'm looking for, even if I'm looking for aggressive stocks, I want to try to find aggressive stocks that are undervalued with high RVs as well. And the combination of some of the indicators that we have in the VectorVest system will better set you up for winning than losing. All right, so just keep that in mind. Target is just 11 days into its boycott. Bud is into its second month. And again, both of these stocks are getting beaten up. Both of these stocks are getting beaten up. But if I look at analyzing the stocks, the analysis says I should not be in them anyway. All right, let's get back into the stories. Another story. How many of you, like me, thought that C3AI was going to have a nice push up? I actually bought into the stock prior to earnings. AI startup C3AI stock plunges 22% after a softer revenue guidance. And it was down. I'm getting killed in the stock, but I still got positive feels about it. We're going to take a look at it in a second. Where's the next? Here we go. We are upgrading C3 to outperform from neutral and raising our price target to $50 from $24. That's Wedbush, Dave Ives said on a note Thursday. While it will be a bumpy road, we believe C3 has turned a corner and is ready to now capitalize on the $800 billion transformational opportunity over the next decade. And I think that one of the big reasons why I'm still going to hold on to C3AI is because the whole AI space is rocking and rolling. All right, number one. Number two, this stock has made a lot of money in a short amount of time. And I think a lot of people are sitting back a little bit and willing to take some of that profit off the table. If Apple releases their glasses next week, what might that have? Corey, we're going to talk about that in a second. We're going to talk about that in a second. Let's go put in C3AI into our list. I bet you it's going to be better than both of these stocks. All right. Type that in. Remember, the list is automatically sorted by VST. Look at that at the top of the list now out of the three. Now, this stock in the space is still in its infancy. All right. It hit the scene. It blew up. And it's still got a lot of ways to go. This stock is grossly overvalued as well. Fundamentals are not there. But the stock is in an uptrend. The VST is above 1, and they are growing their earnings at a clip of 13%. Now, at a negative earnings of 51 cents with a positive earnings growth, that tells me that the earnings per share slowly but surely will get less and less negative. All right, and I'm looking at the space overall. Let's do this. I'm going to pull up an industry graph. And let's take a deeper look. Why I feel the way that I do. The way you make me feel, it really makes me money. All right, let's go to the 3-month graph. There you go. That's why I'm staying in C3AI. Look at the industry. The industry is now hitting a 3-month high. And remember, the rising tide floats all boats. If the industry is rising, that's because the stocks within the industry are rising. Now, today, C3AI may not be rising. But the other stocks, a lot of the other stocks in this space are pushing the industry higher. So because I see that industry, I took a deeper look. Even though I saw that the stock is overvalued and fundamentally not sound, RT tells me that it's still in an uptrend. Why? Because people are buying into the stock. That's what's pushing the price so much higher than the current value. And again, positive earnings growth. Where's the positive earnings growth, even though it's negative earnings per share? The industry keeps me in the stock. I know it took a big hit today. Many of you, if you're in it, you probably got out of it. Would you buy C3AI at this price if not in yet? No. What I would be looking for, because it's a down day, tell you what I would be looking for. Let's go view the stock graph, this individual stock graph, and let's go put it on a 1-month graph. What would I be looking for to get in? I'd look to see if it took out that 1-month high first EGM. Does that make sense? All right, I want to make sure it's back on course where it was rocking and rolling. I would look for that, what is a food entry point? I don't know what a food entry point is. So I'm looking at that right now. Now, if I own it, what's a good there you go, right there. I'm looking at about 12 cents higher than the high. 43.89, 99, 44.02, 44.01, 44.01 would be a good buy point. I do like that the 3 and the 8 are still positive on an end of day basis. If you own it like I do now, I'm probably going to look for the 3 to go below the 8 end of day. All right, that's what I'm going to look for. What's the high? There it is on a 1 month high. I'm looking at about 43.89. All right. I've been curious. Why do you like the 12 cents above the high? Because when a stock it takes me back to the old school. When a stock back in the day, when people were buying at buy stops, they used to use an eighth of a point. Right? An eighth of a point is about 13 cents, 12 and a half, 13. It's 12 and a half cents. And so any stock over $20, I use 12 cents higher than the high. If the stock is below $20, I'm looking at 5 cents above the high. Does that make sense, EJM? So that 12 cents is pretty much going back old school, an eighth of a point, which again is 12 and a half cents. All right. Why not the percentage though? Listen, that's up to you. That's all up to you. I'm just putting that in. You like trailing stops? And then by all means use it. Understand that a lot of the things that I say are on a simplistic level. You guys can do whatever you want to do with that information the best way it fits you. But I like to overall give a simplistic view of what to do, and then you guys go for there. Let the bearishness play out before getting into C3. Oops, I don't disagree with that. Thus the reason why before I would get in, I'd be looking at 12 cents higher than that 1 month high. I'm only looking at a 1 month high. Joe Mama, love that name, says, thanks for explaining that. I've always wondered that as well. So there you go. Out of respect for Glenn and VectorVest, not going to get political, but totally agree. Says, that's at John. John, what are you doing? John, are you starting trouble? ON is about to break from a base. We were in this stock a while back when Glenn mentioned this a while back. Again, why? It's in the chip space. All right, it's in the chip space. And again, the chip space is rocking and rolling, folks. All right, and again, everyone who's typing in their own individual stocks, hold off. I will give you an opportunity. Opera is also an AI play. They've built AI into their browser. More and more of them are. Google is doing it. Microsoft is doing it with Bing. Everybody's now starting to put AI into their browsers. And because this ain't going away, folks. This whole AI thing ain't going away. All right, let me get out of this graph. Let's go back into the stories. What else is in here? Dollar General. This is Amazon's North American fulfillment head is leaving. Okay. Dollar General plunges. So we've got, how many of you think it's weird that in the most rural places in the United States, where there ain't nothing but cow farms and horse farms and pig farms, that you'll find a Dollar General? Tell me, type of 1 if that's exactly what you see. All right, type of 1. Dollar General is in the most weirdest places. In the most, out in the middle of nowhere, there's Dollar General. Out in the middle of nowhere, with my wife and I, when we're driving, we're just da-da-da-da. Hey, there's a Dollar General. Da-da-da-da-da. Hey, there's in the middle of nowhere. I wonder if that's by design. I wonder if that's by design. All right, so, but plunges as a challenging economic backdrop drives dismal earnings reports. That's a stock that missed earnings. All right, so let's go put DG in there. DG, Dollar General. Let's go peeping out where it is. DG, number 2 in the list. Got a VST still above 1. Big hit to the downside today. I do like that the stock is undervalued, fundamentally sound. So what's pushing the stock's price down is the earnings report. Let's move over. Positive earnings overall, positive earnings growth. I still like the stock. Not the right time to be in it, though. Bad news, bad earnings news can always move a stock adverse to where you want it to go. But I do want you to keep these things in mind. The stock is currently undervalued. It is fundamentally sound. It should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 30% over the next 1 to 3 years. And more times than not, the stock makes money. Now, this makes sense with the way that the economy is right now. Some stores are going to feel the effects a little bit more than other stores. I didn't think that Dollar General would, though, because they are in the middle of nowhere where people don't have any other choice but to go to Dollar General rather than drive a lot of miles to go find a Walmart. So it's kind of interesting in regards to Dollar General. You know, Dollar Generals probably are sitting in spots where there's no other stores. So interesting on that. So cost too high versus supply chain. Marcus says DG is everywhere, so cost too high versus supply chain. Done. Got you. We don't have a Dollar General in the UK. Ooh, they need to think about that, Steve. All right. Wow, Dollar General just got smashed from its high. Yes, it did. And that was because they missed earnings, and that got them smoking bad. All right. No competition for great business. I think, in UK, DG is Tesco. There it is. Marcus said that there is. Steve, in UK, Dollar General is Tesco. See, I didn't know that. Please don't be disappointed that there are no Dollar Generals in the UK. You're hardly missing. Listen, I sort of like Dollar General. I ain't gonna. We have Poundland in the UK. What the flying flip is Poundland? Is it Dollarland? I'm thinking. Poundland, Dollarland, Dollar Tree raised all its prices to $1.25. Ooh, that's inflation, baby. That's inflation. All right, let's go to the next story. Chewy shares jump off the first quarter earnings results. That's another earnings story. Now, interesting, talking about Chewy, my wife gets a lot of stuff for our new puppy. He's now 6 months old. He's a little Shih Tzu. His name is Mr. Miyagi. That's my puppy's name. I'm not a pet guy, but I sort of kind of like this puppy. She gets a lot of stuff from Chewy. Chewy shares are soaring after the pet retailer posted a surprise profit on the first quarter. Chewy CEO speaks out on the company's 14.7% jump. Now, I'm wondering with everything that's going on in the market, How many of you have animals? Type of 1 in the room. I know that I have a dog. I got a silly little cat too. I know that Joey has a puppy, has a dog. He loves his dog. He talks more about his dog than I talk about my dog. Did you see Joey just typed it in the room? But you know something? There's a lot of people that go to Chewy and they're willing, and I watch my wife spend the money on this little freaking dog of ours, in the toys and the treats and the food, and I'm sure that it ain't cheap, but people are doing it. All right, people are doing it, and I'm seeing it. All of the people that have dogs, 1.3 dogs. How do you have a 0.3 dog? You got a Chihuahua? I'm just asking for a friend. You got a Chihuahua? Because that would count as a 0.3 dog. You got a Chihuahua? And then my daughter comes home because she's in the service and she's got drilled this weekend in the Air National Guard. And she brings her dog. Now, let me tell you a little something about this. She got a Jack Russell Chihuahua mix. And she comes in late last night. This is the first time that her dog met my dog. And they were going at it. And it's at 2 o'clock in the morning. And Glenn and Janet get no sleep. That's right. I just shouted out my daughter as these dogs are sitting in the house scuffing along with each other. So I wasn't happy. Now, why wasn't I happy? Oh, because my wife says to me, "Oh, is Jasmine bringing the dog?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Oh, I thought she was bringing the dog." I said, "Nobody tells me." See, I knew this was going to happen. And then we got our other daughter in the house, and she's got a cat. So I got 4 animals in my house, and believe you me, I ain't happy about none of it. All right, I'm done with that. But that's the part of being a dad that you got to do. You just got to do. Yes, I yelled a little bit. I did, and I hope my wife sees this live stream. I did. And Chasdeck says, "Glenn, be careful. Your wife might be watching the show right now. Listen, it's what I feel. I'm just telling you. Jim says, my cat is not sociable, but she lets me pet her for 2 to 3 minutes. Listen, if I'm the hand that feeds the animal, you better be nice to me. All right, let's go find Chewy in my list. CHWI. 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 Let's go take a look. Chewy is a good company. All right, and VectorVest, look at that. Ooh, not as good as I thought. All right, not as good as I thought. Up nicely today. Up nicely today, but look at the company. Man, I thought that it was a better company than this. Look at the relative value and relative safety. Fundamentally not sound. Up on news today about the earnings. RT is above 1. Nice move up. All right, let's go take a deeper look. Positive earnings growth. What's making it so that it's because it's so far overvalued? So the relative value is below 1. Relative safety is below 1. Do they pay a dividend? They do not. Interesting that the stock is grossly overvalued, not fundamentally sound. But again, just like earnings can hurt a company like Dollar General, earnings can help a company like Chewy, and it's not fundamentally sound. I'd be careful with that. I don't like Chewy RV. No thanks. I'm with you, Corey. So this is one of those trades that's a trade more so than an investment. Does everybody agree with that? I'm with you, Corey. Does everybody agree with this? This is more of a trade than an investment. Type of 1, if you believe that. Type of 2, if you're going to go all out and go buy it. All right. I'm thinking that this is more of a trade. Type of 1 if you agree. Type of 2 if you disagree. All right. It's never made sense to me. I don't get it at all. What is that, EJM? I missed that. All right. Risky trade. And even it might be a risky. I don't. Is it a meme stock? I don't even know if it's a meme stock. All right. So let's go to the next story. Next story is another. Oh, this is big. So somebody asked me about Apple. Apple dominates Berkshire Hathaway's portfolio. The tech stock is near a record. That's one. The other side of it is Meta. Meta debuts Quest 3 headset for $499 days before Apple expected headset launch. So 2 things. I want to look at both Apple and Meta. Meta, I think, is a strategic move to get their headsets out before Apple. Apple's headsets are going to be like $1,000, I do believe. Last time I saw, Meta is coming in at half the price of that. I think that they both see that there is market share to be had in this space, so they're both going after it. But Meta, I think, is strategically putting theirs out ahead of time. And I know Lee says, great company. If your dog dies, they will send you flowers. And they did that when my wife's other Shih Tzu died. They did. That was pretty cool. Drew, what did you say, Drew? What about chicken and every? Oh, why are we going? What are y'all doing? Did you say married? Chewy? No, I didn't say nothing about that, Mark. Sigh. Apple's glasses may be multi-thousands of dollars. The last time I saw, Corey, they were sitting at about $1,000. Last time I saw, they were sitting at about $1,000. All right, so I'm going to put both of these stocks in there because the question came up is, with the glasses, how does that help Apple? Let's put in Apple and let's go then put in Meta. All right, let's go take a look at where they both sit by VST. Meta's at the top, Apple's number 2. All right, both have good VSTs. Both relative values are below 1, but both companies continue to make money where the relative safeties are above 1. They're both buy recommendations. I think the glasses will help both companies in regards to sales. I think Meta going ahead of them just boosts their sales a little faster and at a lower price. There you go. Glenn, will you buy the headset if Apple puts one out? Nope, don't need those. Joey, you going to get some virtual glasses? I'm not. I'm so not doing that. Joey might.
My kids want some, but I don't know.
Dude, those are expensive. Even the Meta one's sitting at $500. And then Apple's is going to be more. Joey's going to succumb to his kids, and they're going to. But the problem is they're going to all fight over it until it gets broken. And then what you going to do then, Joey, when somebody breaks them?
Not getting a new pair.
I hear that. So Art says the new Apple headset is $4,000. Is that the case? Oh, Glenn, you should buy Joey a VR headset. Hold on, I got something for that. There you go. I'm laughing at that. I love Joey to death, but I'm not. No. All right. Have you? No. And Joey goes and posts that and locks it up there. No. How many of you think I should buy Joey a VR headset type of 1? How many of you think I should not type of 2? Man, Corey says, yes, I believe Apple headsets are going to be well over $1,000. So do you know something then? It is the whatever. Well, wow. So Joey's going to go put out a poll? Really, Joey? You really? I'm going to click on end poll. Ah, dang it. I couldn't click it faster. I should have ended the poll. I forgot what I was getting ready to say now. See, I thank you, David and Michael. A couple of people said no. Son of a gun. I forgot where I was getting. Huh?
I'll send you the link. Get that credit card ready.
I'm not getting my credit card ready. I'm not doing that. All right. So I think. Oh yeah, it's interesting that Meta is coming out with such a cheaper pair of glasses compared to Apple's. Now, I don't understand, I don't know what the differences are. Well, if they're more than just $1,000, Apple's got to do something more than the Metas, or else everybody's going to just jump on the Metas at $500. All right, so CMCT, didn't you make me look at that stock last week, and I got mad at you, Chuck? Was it Mysterious? Mysterious put in a stock. Mark, what was the stock that Mysterious made me look at last week? I thought it was CMCT. I was not happy with that because he was talking about, oh, this stock is great. And I looked at it and I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? All right, but I'll write down. CMCT is already on my list. It's already on my list. This live stream definitely deserves a like. There has been fun so far. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. Was it MMG? It was something. CMCT equals suck. Wow, that's harsh. I would never say something like that. That's harsh what you just said. That's everybody's entitled to think what they want to think. That's harsh. All right, let's go to the next story. UPower. This is stock that's up a lot. That was up a lot of money. UPower Limited enters into framework strategic cooperation agreement with Quantum Solutions. Blah 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 blah. I picked this up because the stock was moving up a lot, and I just wanted to take a look at it. What is it? It was UCAR. It's up 213%. I don't see this news pushing up a stock 215%. But UCAR, let's go peep it out. I saw it as what was moving. I wanted to see the news. Let's analyze it. It's at the top of the list. Holy smokes. So not only is the stock moving up, it's got a VST at 1.26. Well, that's because RT is so high. The stock is way overvalued, not fundamentally sound, relative value, relative safety, both below 1. CI tells me that the stock has got a lot more volatility in it. It's got a lot more downside. The VST is up because RT is up so high. Let's go look at earnings. Yeah, negative earnings growth. I'm not feeling that. All right, so that's just news. I'm thinking that's a pump. Anybody agree with me? I'm thinking that's a pump. There's nothing about it that tells me that this is newsworthy. This is all noise. All right, so look at the RT. I know RV versus RT. I think this is all noise. If you believe that, type of 1. If you think it's worth your investment, if you think it's worth your investment, type of 2. I think that this is all noise. INTT. All right, I think that this is a pump and dump. So it's made the news. It caught my attention, but this is where the analysis comes in. Dennis wants to go buy it. Woo! All right, let's go take a look at it. I want to take a look at this graph. Dennis wants to go, but he's saying, yeah, go buy it. Let's go put this on a 1-month graph. Yeah, there's nothing that tells me. Let's go. There's the volume. There's nothing that tells me that this stock is worth it. Where's my volume? There's volume. There's no. I'm not touching this. I wouldn't touch this with Mark's hands. I wouldn't touch it with. And you know what's also happening? Look at the big wick forming at the top of the candle. We're getting some give back. People are selling out of it. All right, people are selling out of it. RGTI. All right. Yeah, I'm not touching that. So nice big move on the stock, but the further analysis tells me that I don't want that stock. Let's get only down to the last few. This is an interesting story. Wearable Devices commences commercial manufacturing of the Mudra band for Apple Watch. What is the Mudra band? I bought a U-car from Boomer Search at 6, going to sell it clothes. From a Boomer Search. Oh, the Boomer Search. Oh, yes, that's what that Boomer Search was going to do. Find you those stocks that were moving up. I'm not ready to touch that. They're buying FOMO, fear of missing out because the stock's going up so much. Maybe. I'm not touching that stock. I'm not touching that stock. So I wanted to look at this. It's a company specializing in AI-powered touchless sensing wearables. Is pleased to announce that it has commenced a commercial manufacturing of its anticipated Mudra band for Apple Watch. I'm very interested in this. I'm interested because they tie themselves to Apple. Everybody knows about Apple. But this is something that maybe no one else has out there. I don't know much about it except for AI-powered touchless sensing wearables. I don't know what that all means, but it sounds good. You know, what was the song with was it Kanye with Ball So Hard? What is it, Joey? And Cheech is in the song.
You can't say that.
Oh, I can't say that? Oh, okay. Anyway, but in the song it says, I don't know what that means. And they say it's provocative. So I guess that's sort of kind of like where I'm getting. It sounds provocative. AI-powered touchless sensing wearables. That could be another step, another tier for Apple. I probably shouldn't have even said that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the song. Thank you, EJM. As soon as you said that, all right. As soon as I wasn't trying to get you, I wasn't setting you up, Joey. I wasn't trying to. No. Okay. That, yeah. I had to sit back. Now I understand where the song came from. I was like, oh yeah. I just wanted the Cheech part of the song. It's provocative. It gets everybody out. You know, that's the only part of that. That's the only part about that. Marie says, in U-Car, I bought 1,000 shares. You're up $3,000, made my week. And you know something? That was one of those super aggressive speculative moves that worked out for you, Marie. Nothing wrong with that. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. Joey, do you think I'm going to go to jail because I made that reference? Oh, gosh. All right, so next one, C3A stock falls after earnings. Outlook falls, fails to justify the hype. I don't like this story. I don't think there's a lot of hype behind it. I think that this stock is still going to be okay. We'll see what happens. Again, I bought it, but I've got a point where I'm going to get out of it. And the last one is Supermicro features unparalleled array of new servers and storage systems at Computex 2023. The space is moving. I love that they're moving in regards to storing data. All of this AI stuff needs data storage because they got to put this data put into the AI program so the programs can answer all of the questions. I still like SMCI. I still like NVIDIA. I'm going to put in both stocks, SMCI and NVIDIA. SMCI, comma, NVIDIA. I like them both. All right. Do not pass go. Glenn's gonna get himself canceled. I'm not trying to get canceled. I'm not trying to get Joey canceled either. Glenn, you have bigger problems. Hold on. What does that say? Let me go scroll that back up. Glenn, you have bigger problems. You have to buy Joey a $4,000 headset. No, I ain't. Oh my gosh, Chuck says the FBI opened up. Good gravy. Whenever you intend to move a finger, electrodes in the Mudra band capture the neuron signals sent from your brain through the wrist to your fingers. Holy smokes. Thank you for that, Corey. Man, that sounds like wow. That sounds like wow. Joe Mama says, I'm up 50% with SMCI, loving it right now. It is. It's a stock that's moving. All right. And you know something? When it comes time to ask for your stocks, I'm not asking you for your stocks because you guys kept putting them into the room. So guess what? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I may take a couple of more of your stocks. All right, because you guys, none of you guys listen. I said wait till the end. I did say that. I said wait till the end. Oh, but to the end today, we got to give you away. I got to give away a cup. As a matter of fact, I got to do it now. I've only got about a few minutes left. Joey, what's the word that they got to use to get a cup?
I didn't make one yet.
Let
me see. Let me put something together.
All right, Joey's going to put something together. I'm going to give away a cup. Love the normal way to say it's your brain communicates with your hand. No, that sounded better. I like that better. What Corey put in here. Whenever you intend to move your finger, I'll put that back up there. Whenever you intend to move your finger, electrodes in the mudra band capture the neural signals sent from your brain through your wrist to your fingers. That sounds so much better. That sounds so much better. Come on, Glenn. You're asking investors to wait. Good luck with that. I didn't say nothing. Joey's working on it. It's all right. All right. Those are my stocks that made the news today. Some of them I'm staying away from, like Budweiser and Target. Chewy, I think, is more of a trade, even though it beat earnings. Dollar General, I think, is a fundamentally sound company that just reported earnings and it wasn't good. AI, same thing, reported earnings, wasn't good. I still think that the space moves it higher. Apple, we all know about Apple. Meta, I think that fight right there between the VR glasses, Meta's putting themselves in a better spot. UCard, that's a stock, that's a pump, I think. It's up a lot. It's got nothing. NVIDIA, SMCI, two of my better stocks in the list. All right, so let's do this. Last week, I gave you some stocks from my hottest industries. I keep walking you through what I'm looking for when I'm finding these stocks. I look at the industries that are on the rise. I look at the industry graphs, and then I take two stocks from each industry that's still on the rise, sorted them by CI. So I want to make sure I've got good CI. And these were my stocks from last week. All right, these were my stocks from that process last week. Let's go back 1 week. Let's go see what. So somebody said, we need to get stocks. You need to give us a stock instead of a gift. All right, so let's do this. Quick test them. That's 1 week. Who said that I need to give you stocks every week? Who said that? Type it in the room. Miyagi. Oh, that's my dog. All right, Miyagi is the word. All right, who's the one? Who's the one that says that instead of giving a gift, I need to give you stocks? No. Don't run away now. Don't run away now. Who was it? Type in the room. Who was it? I got you in a second, John. All right. Well, anyway, I gave you all. It was you. It wasn't you, John. It wasn't you. All right. It wasn't you. It wasn't you, John. But look, all of the stocks that I gave you last week from that process all made money. All right. Folks, that's in 7 days. That's in 5 trading days. Is it going to always be that good? No. But I'm trying to put the best possible stocks in your hands. And last week, coming into this week was a back and forth week, right? This is why looking at stocks in industries that are on the rise, making sure they're on the rise and taking the high CI stocks from those industries will help out. All right, let's go look at what stocks I've got for this week. All right, you want to know. You want to know what stocks, to keep your eyes on. SMCI still makes the list again. Not as many stocks with this high CIs, but these are my stocks going into next week. We'll see how they work out. All right. Take a picture, whatever you need to do. These are my top 8 stocks going into next week. Glenn, can you please look at BKKT? Laura. All right. BKKT. Nice work, Glenn. You should have bet the house. I'm not betting the house. Glenn, what your opinion? Everyone rages about Buffett, and I do respect him. But BRKB is trading sideways for as long as Munger is alive, upside down a few hundred. Would you sell or deploy elsewhere? I'm a big fan, no matter who it is, whether it's him or who's the chick from ARC. What's her name? Kathy Wood. There's a lot of people, a lot of influencers that are out there. And they tie themselves to those influencers because the past shows that they've done well. My mindset is if I'm going to be in a stock, I don't care whose it is. If I'm going to be in a stock, I'm going to ask the Janet Jackson question. What have you done for me lately? And if the stock is not doing what I want it to do, I would redeploy. Does that answer your question, Matthew? I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. I am of the mindset the stock has got to be doing what I want it to do. And then I'll determine whether or not I want it to keep it or not. Miyagi is my dog. Look at that. I wish my dog could see what's going on. He'd be looking at it. Go, all right, that's what he would do. All right. Oh, Roger won? Did Roger win? Roger says, I've already got two. No, we'll see. Joey's going to tell me who won. All right. Now I'm going to look at your stocks. No. Here's my cement, steel, copper, glass stocks. Let's go take a look at them. All right, here's my stocks. There's 9 stocks in here that encompass all of those spaces. All right, let's go back. Let's go see what they've done over the last week. I don't know if they've been good, bad, or indifferent. Let's go take a look. Let's quick test them. This is just 1 week. They're down about 0.25%. That's not half bad. That's something that I can deal with. The market was up about 1.84%. These stocks, all 9 of them, down about 0.25%. I still say, and 2 of them, the 2 biggest movers were copper, SCCO and COPEX. These are my stocks. The biggest mover to the downside. This is one of my cement companies, down 5.23. Steel was down, glass was down. Another glass stock, Apogee. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that with the given market's conditions. These are my stocks, and every week we'll take a look at them. All right, every week we'll take a look at them. CX does look yummy, doesn't it? All right, CX does look yummy. Has Marty ever come back? Marty is here. Marty was here. Marty is here. Stop messing with Marty. I took away from Marty. See, now why are you gonna open up wounds, Roger? Really? Why? Yeah. All right. Now let's go to customer picks. I got all the stocks already, so I'm not looking at any of your stocks, on any more that you type in. PayPal, comma JNUG, comma CCJ, comma ELF, comma TDW, comma INTT. I'm going to see how many people, when I look back up, how many people actually going to RGTI going to put in new stocks. I said, don't put in any new stocks. I want to see how many of you pay attention, how many of you can't follow instructions. CRDO, and I will shout you out. I am going to tell you, I will shout you out. I'm not looking at the screen yet. PSTG, comma, but when I do, if your name is up there, I'm finna shout you out. And BKKT. All right, who put up there? There we go. Stephanie is one of them. Eugene won. Eugene, are you here? Stephanie didn't listen. John didn't listen. Christ is King. I got BKKT up there. I don't have VRTX. I did see that. That was one of the stocks I did see. VRTX. I'll add that. Today I'm buying PAM ACM. Why are you telling me that, Jim? I'm looking at the stocks y'all just gave me. All right. Eugene, you here? You got to send an email to connect@VectorVest.com. You got to send an email to that address. Connect@VectorVest.com. I'm gonna get you out a mug. I'm gonna get you out a mug. Good for you, Eugene. Those aren't stocks. It's their initials. Yeah, Brian. This is for you, Brian. Where is it? That's for you, Brian. All right, let's go take a look at the stocks. CMCT. You were talking about, it's a great stock. All right. 506.39 cents. Way overvalued. Not fundamentally sound. RT above 1. Where's the negative earnings growth rate? See, this is why. Chuck, oh yeah, you laugh now. This is why when you sit up there and go, hey, this stock is really rocking. Look at this stock. Out of 15 stocks, it's number 13. Really, Chuck? Really? All right. Chuck, I just had to do that. I just had to do that because you're another one that was, look at this stock is doing great. The stock, you know, I got to play this for you, Chuck. I got to play this for you. Hold on. Because I got to get you on the right track.
Now you kids are probably asking yourselves, hey, Matt, How can we get back on the right track?
That's for you, Chuck. I got to get you on the right track, buddy. I got to. That's just for you. I got to get you. I got to get you back on the right track. All right. So that's what I got to say about that. That's what I got to say about that. All right. INTT looks pretty good. INTT is at the top of the list. Undervalued, fundamentally sound. CI above 1. Oh, man. Earnings, positive earnings growth at 24. You know that?
I love it.
I do like that stock. I do like and it's at the top of the list. ELF below is trading below its value. It does have positive relative value. Positive. I like that stock too. All right, I like that stock. Hold on. How about this?
Well. Uno momento, por favor.
I do like that stock. Vista Energy. Let's move that over. Undervalued. Safety is not there. This makes it more of an aggressive play. It's got good upside potential. VRTX. Undervalued. Fundamentally sound. CI above 1. CI above 1 means the stock's got the ability to withstand lengthy and long price declines. All right, so you get ready to go. Have a good day, Mark. Have a good day. All right, I like that. CRDO, overvalued. A little bit more of a speculative play on CRDO. Let's move that over a little bit. It does have positive earnings and positive earnings growth. Let's take a look at that one. That one I want to look at. View the stock. Actually, hold on. I want to graph all of these stocks because from the standpoint of getting in, let's put these on 3-month graphs. Let's go INTT. I like. Would I buy it? Tell you when I would buy it. I would look, not cursor. I don't want a horizontal cursor. I would buy it right there. You see that? Oh, I don't need to. See this level of resistance? That's when I would buy it. Let's go put this back on the date line. I would go 12 cents higher than the high. A little bit of sideways move. I do love the move on it. All right. I'd look at 12 cents higher than the high. Volume is there. I do like it. All right. Next stock, ELF. Would I still buy right at that level of resistance? It's right there. I'd go look at 12 cents higher than the high. I like the most recent move on it. Where's earnings? Look at that. Earnings came out. Stock's price is still moving up. I like the play. If you're still playing it right now, leave it alone. The 3 and the 8 are still positive on end of day. Vista Energy. Now, RV is above 1. RS is not. It is in an uptrend. CI is at 1.83. I would look to get in either 12 cents higher than this level of resistance or 12 cents higher than the 3-month high. If you're currently in it, I got this level of support sitting at about 1964, or I got the VectorVest stop price. Either one of the two is a good way to get out of the stock. All right, but right now, very little wick at the top. Nice open day today. This is not an earnings play. I do like the play, but I really want to make sure it's going to continue doing what I wanted to do before I pull the trigger. VRTX, not feeling it. The stock's price has gone below almost 2 levels of resistance. You know me, I like getting in on the 3.8. How about getting out on the 3.8, which would have happened on 5.16? That would have saved me a lot of heartache. All right, but if you want to give it a little bit more room because RV and RS are still good, fundamentally sound, I would leave the stop price. But that's going to give back a lot. If you don't want to give back all of that much, that would have been a great spot right there to take profit on that stock. After earnings went up, the 3 and 8 end of day went down, that was a good place to take profits. Wow, CRDO, I don't know. That's an earnings play. Very little wick at the top. I like it. Nice volume on the move. Relative value is above 1. Relative safety below 1. This is more of an aggressive play, but I like the move. It's not parabolic. It's more of a 45-degree angle, and the volume backs it up. All right, the volume backs it up, so I do like that. Have a good one. We have to go back. We'll see you, Chuck. Chuck is going to come back, and when would you get into CMCT? I'm not talking to you right now, Chuck. PSTG looks more parabolic, though. This wasn't an earnings play. Relative value is above 1. Relative safety is below 1. More of an aggressive play. This was news-driven. I don't know what the news was. But I'd be a little bit more leery about this. It's a little bit more parabolic, but if it gives you an opportunity to take it, take it. TDW, a little bit of a channel. Ugh. It did break through a level of resistance at 47.11. Let's go see if it continues to move higher. Let's go see if it can get past this swing high, though. This swing high right here. which is sitting at 49.69. So I do like the break with the 3 and the 8. I do like the break above the level of resistance. Let's go see if we can get out of this level of the swing high before and see if it goes back up. No, this isn't a channel. Definitely moving sideways. It needs to break up above that level of resistance. RT is going back and forth because the stock's price is going sideways. I'm probably not taking that until it can get above that level of resistance. Hold on. Let's get CCJ. I do like that. Uranium. I need to probably do another video on the YouTube channel on commodities, but uranium is moving. Nice update today. Broke through a beautiful level of resistance. Let's go see if it can do so. When would you get in the CMCT? Let me see if by the time I get there, it's probably at the bottom of the list. RGTI, nice run up to this level of resistance. That's a good level. It's sitting at a buck. A buck. I'd look to see it go above that $1.17. Now, interesting in that it's a cheap stock. The 3 and the 8 haven't failed. I like that on this cheap dollar stock. That's a great way. If that 3 and the 8 can hold on an inexpensive stock like that, that may not be a bad play. If I'm not in it, though, I'm looking to get above that level of 117. If I'm in it, though, leave it alone. All right, next stock, PayPal. Man, this stock's got to show me some more upside potential. Now, looking at this, it did get past the little intraday, the little swing high right here, but not by much. RT is still below 1. Could this be setting up? Possibly. Let's go see if it can get back above the stop price first before I consider it. Let's go to JNUG. Gold is on the move a little bit today, bouncing off a level of support, solid level of support. The 3 and 8 is crossing today. Watch the wick at the top of the candle. But I've got a pricing target of at least 42.04. That's a few dollars on that. That's a good level of support back here. I would think about that. The 3/8's crossing. The volume is there. May not be a bad play short term, though. CMCT. You want to know when I'd get into CMCT? Not now. That's all give back. That's all profit taking. I'm not touching this. I'm not even touching this. Not even a little bit. Interesting that it ran up to this level of resistance, though. Sitting at the value of 555 and came right back down. I'm not touching that. I don't know what the news was on it. I'm not touching that. BKKT. I like that it's gotten to a level of resistance. All right. RV, RS, both below 1. So the stock is more of a speculative play. It's having a hard time getting past this level of $1.49. It needs to get above that level before I think about buying it. I like the update today. I like the 3/8 cross. I like that it's above the stop price. I like all of those things. RT just went above 1. Psychologically, though, this stock needs to get above that level of about 149. I just got to get above that level of 149. The last stock in the list that you gave me today was TDOC. I don't know what the news was on it. I like finding a level of support. I like the 3 and the 8 just crossed. I like the candle with no wick at the top. What I'd really like for confirmation is for RT to go above 1, and then it's got some headwinds at this level of resistance sitting at 25.30. That's not a lot of price action before it gets to that level. All right, RT really needs to show me something. Why isn't QCOM following the AI stocks? I don't know. It's in my list. QCOM is in my just because that stock's not moving doesn't mean that the space is not moving. All right, just because that stock's not moving doesn't mean the space is not moving. And not every stock in the space has got to move up. All right, not every stock in the space has got to move up. All right, we did a lot today. We almost got to 250 people. Thank you guys for trying to help me out. All right, thank you guys for trying to help me out. We got Eugene won a cup today. Send that email and we will get you your cup, your VectorVest mug. Man, we looked at a lot of your stocks. We did a lot of stuff today. We talked about what's trending. Well, that's what we normally do on Trending Thursday. What stocks to stay away from, what stocks to consider. I've given you some buy points. I've given you some sell points on when to get out of some of these stocks as well. This is what we do. All right, this is what we do. All right, BKKT. We looked at that. It was towards the bottom of the list. We did look at that stock, though. All right, I got you, Christ is King. I took care of everybody in the room the best way that I could. All right, I gotta go. It's always nice talking to you guys. It's always nice being here. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted to when new videos like this. Don't forget, we've got a video coming out at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Every Friday, every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, we have recorded videos that we put out. Stuff that's always pertinent to what's going on in the market. You know that I always want to try to get 100 likes before we leave. We got 85. I need 15 more likes before I go. If it was worth it, and if it was just worth it for you to stop by, you ain't got to subscribe to nothing. If it was just worth it for you to stop by, hit the like button. That's all. That's just a way that you can say to us that it was worth it for you to be here. Drew says, thank you, Glenn. Good talk show. Listen, I am glad that a lot of you are at least talking about stocks that we've talked about in here that have made you some money. I love that. That's a good thing. For all of you who are not subscribers to the channel, listen to those folks. Listen to those folks. That's all I ask you to do. If you do that, maybe you hit the subscribe button. If you do that, maybe you take the 99-cent trial where you get access to all of this. We got 101 likes. There we go. All right, so I got to go now. After the video is up on YouTube, don't forget to share it. Don't forget to share it, all right, so that people can see what we're doing over here. I got to go. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time.